Hey, John. Huh? What made you think his deer were over here again?
Hey, just hold it straight up.
I mean,
every day with a bow and arrow, and you get out there in the thick of the thing, you know where the deer are.
Welcome back here to hour number 2 of the Recruit Creative live stream. If you missed out, hour number 1 was full of action. You should be able to go back and check out that video here in a minute. If it's not already saved on there, it will be uploaded again. So if you missed out on that, no need to worry. You'll be able to go back and watch it. But we'll show some flashbacks throughout this live stream here that will kind of give you an update, a little bit of what's going on. But in hour number 2, we're going to be joining Austin here and hopefully getting after that buck that he shot in the first stream and seeing if he got that deer on the ground or not, and if he's found it. And then we'll catch up with Charlie Zeigler also, who's got what looks to be a nice 10-pointer bedded down about 80 yards away from the stand. I think it's been bedded down there for over an hour now, so he's probably getting a little worn out. It's getting really windy, and we'll just go ahead and jump right into Austin here. He looks like he's getting ready to do a little bit of an interview and maybe give us an update on that deer that he shot earlier. And if you would, go ahead and smash that like button down at the bottom. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm and just helps get this video out there.
It's been about an hour since I shot. Had some time to kind of calm down and replay the footage, and I definitely hit him back, but he was quartering away from me a pretty good ways, so I'm hoping it was a good hit, good exit on the other side. I just don't like how he ran off and kind of eased off, slowed down. I don't think he really knew what happened, but he didn't run and crash, so whenever that happens, I don't always feel good about it. But got a complete pass through. He kicked good. Should be a lethal hit. I think it's liver. If it angled, didn't hit a limb, angled through correctly. I'm gonna give him, probably 3-4 hours before we go try to track him. I don't want to bump him, so he could be dead already, but I want to be safe about it and give him some time. So we're gonna sit here for another hour. My buddy Logan's hunting about 200 yards to the east of me up the ridge, and we'll probably go meet up with him, head back to the house, and blow the footage up on the TV and kind of get another look at it. But should be a lethal shot, hopefully, but just got to cross our fingers and see what happens.
All right, so it sounds like Austin's going to give this deer a few hours. I was hoping we'd get to it here in this stream, but that might not be the case. It's probably a smart move to hold off a little while and give that deer some time to die, but we'll go ahead and jump back in here to Charlie for a few minutes and take a look at this deer. It doesn't look like he's going to be getting up anytime soon. Well, we might as well, let's go ahead and kick back to the replay here in case you missed it earlier. We'll give you a rundown here of what happened on this deer that Austin was just talking about. Watching the slow motion footage back, it looks like he could be right on the liver. It definitely looks like it gets into that vital region there. At first he thought it was a little far back, but the way it is angled in there, I think he's correct with what he's saying. I'd like to know what you guys think, though. Go ahead and drop it in the comments here, and we'll try to answer back to you, and we'll see what everybody is thinking here and see if we aren't all on the same page. But for now, we'll go ahead and jump back to Charlie. It looks like this deer's still bedded down. Hopefully going to make a move here before too long. It looks like this buck is still going to bed down for a while, so why don't we take a flashback to 2017 on a hunt where I was able to film my dad here, and we had a heck of a deer come in to a set of antlers, and it was an incredible hunt. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a flashback to the past, and I'll take you along through this hunt and kind of explain things as we go here. So we first saw this deer back in 2016, And it was a cold morning hunt. I can remember it was like the first frost that we had that year, and my dad was filming me, and he came in, and this deer absolutely showed out. He made a scrape in front of us, ran a doe all around the stand, and I was unable to get a shot that morning. He was within gun range, but not within bow range. So that was kind of our history with him. In 2016, we never did get to see him again, but when 2017 rolled around, we made a commitment, and he was our number one buck that we were going for that year. So we went in early, got all of our stands hung up, limbs trimmed, and it wasn't until November 7th of 2017 that we got in there and got after him. We got a northwest wind that we were looking for, and this property is located kind of in the middle of I wouldn't call it a subdivision, but there's quite a few houses around it. It's kind of a residential area, right? And
just north of us.
You know, a lot of the deer around there, they're not pressured as much, or at least they weren't at the time, and that allows a lot of does to get in there, get comfortable, and it's, you know, just a matter of time before a big one breaks loose. So I'll go ahead and rejoin you here on the hunt, and you guys can listen in for yourselves here.
Look at him. Spooked.
There's one over in that corner over there. Looks like a 2-year-old 8-pointer. Gonna be a good one. Looks like he's gonna come down. He's starting to come our way down the edge of those weeds.
We got a pretty nice little lake coming across the field towards us here. November the 7th, there's 7 deer over here, 5 on the other side of us. First day we've seen any type of rutting activity. It could get good here. He's a nice one. He's tight. We just heard 2 kind of clash antlers up north of us. Trying to bring him out here. Let him settle down a minute and rattle ours just a little, see if we can't pull him down here. Hey, right below you.
Charlie really likes to rattle the first week in November, the first week and a half, and it never fails when I'm sitting with him. It will always have a buck come in, and it always seems like it's right as soon as he gets done rattling, there's one right there on top of us. And he's always taught me to keep the bow in your hand, and this could have been one of those cases where if you didn't have it in your hand, you would have got busted. But unfortunately for us, in this case, it was a young buck, and it wasn't that big one that we had been in there the year before, after.
I'm gonna try rattling one more time here. It's getting, we got maybe 10 minutes camera light. We're in one of our best stands. There's does on both sides of the field. We got one buck cruising around here. He came in, but we heard two other antlers hit somewhere out, in the thicket north of us. We'll try to rattle them one more time here, just see if we can't pull one out here. Watch over there. Them ducks start quacking like that.
I can't see anything anywhere. On the other side?
He's on the pond. He's on the dam.
Which way's he going?
Facing
North?
the other way, right?
God, kidding me? He's facing north?
Yeah, he's going the other way. Hurry.
Johnny, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. He's walking. He's hearing them. Keep it coming. Keep him coming. He's walking. Okay. He's coming. My God, dude. Hold on.
How far?
Hold on. He's walking to us.
Tell me when he gets across the cove.
He's listening. We'll do it again. He's coming. He's walking. Oh my God. Alright, put him up. Put him up. He's coming to the cove.
He's trying to get around.
He definitely heard the antlers and was coming though. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see him in front of us anymore. Hey, right here, Dad, get your boat. Take your time. Right in front of us. Right where the other one was at. He's tearing up the tree.
Where at? Where at? Is he already in here?
Range your finger.
He's on the back side of the finger.
He's right here, dude. He's right on the back side of his finger.
Oh, here he comes. Making a scrape. That's a different one, isn't it? No, that's him. Oh yeah, here we go. Susie. Try to get him right here. Right here.
Hang on. Okay.
You on him? Yeah. Huh? Perfect. Let's go. Finally, I think I got him good. I couldn't tell it went through him so fast. Sounded good, didn't it? Yeah, didn't it sound good? It looked like, I was by the heart. I couldn't tell. Dang.
Dude, how long have we waited?
We've been waiting on that moment, haven't we?
Dude,
We're rookies at it, but we're getting better.
freaking giant.
We're in our, this is our number one stand. We waited all year for this moment because there's probably 15 doe live in this area. And you got about a 2-week period to get one here. They'll come in, there'll be bucks everywhere cruising. And we heard today a lot of friends called and said they're just started getting on their feet today cruising. So I got off work early and luckily Hunter got out of school when he did. And we rushed in here, got in here probably 3:30, and we've had deer around us all night, but it's hard to see in here right now in this tree. And we rattled in one nice one, but it was getting late and I thought I better rattle one more time, and we heard some ducks down here on this pond start quacking, going crazy. So he gets the binoculars, Hunter does, and he goes, oh, he's a giant, he's coming down the edge of the pond feeding. So I rattled at him again and he said he's coming. So the rest is history. You see what he just did. He come right to us. We've given 10-15 minutes now. I think we got a real good hit, we hope. The arrow's, as you can see, is right over here, the Lona. But I thought I heard him go down. Not sure. We're gonna go check a look at this arrow. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right here. You see that arrow? Looks like blood all over it. Yeah, good sign there. That's a real good sign. Well, let me get this in this quiver and let's see how far he went. Hopefully he didn't go very far. From the looks of that arrow, he should be pouring it. Yeah, here's some already. Thing of it is, it's mostly grass, so I don't know if he stayed out here or run through this. There's blood right there, isn't it? Yeah, run inside this tree then. Here we go. Here we go. Starting right here, isn't it? That blood. First sign of blood. It shouldn't. I say he went in there. There's some in it. Yeah. We got him. Come here. Oh, dude, look at him. I don't know if you can see him with the camera light in there, see? I can see his antlers. He's pushed into that ditch, see him? See him right there? Look right here. Look. Good night. Look at that. Oh, pretty deer. Dang. Dang. Hey, look how he opened up here. Good night. Boy, he is. That's that big 9, isn't it? That's him. We got 9 there, didn't we? It took what, 4 years? Yeah. What you want me to do? Pull him out of there? Oh man, he is nice, huh? Look at the... Here, I don't need this no more, do I? Oh. Think about that one. He is pretty wide, isn't he? This deer's moved probably Half to 3/4 of a mile from where we seen him back in July, I guess, maybe a dozen times. And he was running with, there's 3 more. There's a 6 that's bigger than him. And there's an 11 pointer. We don't know where he's went to, but we got lucky and got one of them tonight. Rattled him in. He came to the antlers November 7th.
You know, that right there is a hunt that I will never forget. You know, my dad hitting those antlers after that big one shows up in the middle of the field, and then him just spinning a complete circle and charging into us, and then, you know, we're losing daylight, and he just comes in perfectly and showing off again. I mean, it was just an incredible moment that I won't forget. And, you know, it's one of those times where everything happens the way you draw it up, and, you know, that's kind of what we all strive for as hunters. We don't always get that chance, but Austin today, it looks like he's got that same opportunity, and he's got a little bit of an update here. It looks like we're gonna go back to him, and he's on the ground now. I don't know if he's gonna get down and maybe look for the deer instead of heading out, but we'll go ahead and jump into him here.
All right, guys, so here's a little update. I just got down. I was going to meet Logan here in the gas line here in the middle between us, and meet up with him and take a look at the arrow and see what we think about tracking. But I had actually gotten down, and I wanted to go look for blood and see, you know, how it kind of looked as he went up the ridge and to where he stopped, and just get a good idea of how good I hit him. And didn't find any blood, but as I got to the top of the ridge, I laid eyes on him, and he's down. He's dead. So I'm not gonna tell Logan that I found him. We're just gonna play a little prank on him and see how it goes, have a little fun with it. But I'm freaking jacked that he's down. This is a good deer, so I'm excited.
So that's great news. Austin's got this deer on the ground in sight. He's found it. He's waiting on Logan. So we're gonna go ahead and jump over to Charlie real quick, give you a little bit of update there. We've got something different going on that I don't know that I've quite seen before, but we'll get back to Austin here in a minute when he's walking up to find this deer. So let's go ahead and jump in here to Charlie. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I don't know if this deer's sick. Well, no, it looks like his eyes are kind of moving back and forth. I can't really tell what's going on though. It looks like he's dead, to be honest with you. I don't think they, it doesn't look like he's moved, so I don't think they've shot it. I don't know, this is different here. I don't think I have not witnessed this. I've never seen a deer lay down like this. It almost looks like he needs a pillow. His eyes are starting to open up a little bit more there. But, oh, no, he's alive. He is totally alive. Have you guys ever seen this before? Well, maybe this deer will get up at some point today, but it is time for a break, so we will be back in about 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
What made you think his deer were over again?
Hey, just hold it straight up.
I mean,
every day with bow and arrow, and you get out there in the thick and the thin, you know where the deer are.
All right, we are back from break, and it looks like Austin is on the trail of the steer. He looks like he's headed right to it, knows where it's at, so we're getting ready to go in here and hear what he has to say. We've still got 3 other guys hunting. We've got Nico. Hasn't had a very good morning. It's been pretty slow for him. And we've got Travis and Chris. They look like they're getting pretty hungry and tired of being there. And then we still got Charlie up there who has that buck bedded down. So we'll see how this all plays out. But for now, we're going to jump into Austin.
I got lungs. Look at that. Let's see him. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, it looks like we've lost connection with Austin there. Probably accidentally hit the record button or something and turned it off, but we will get you right back out there with him, and he'll probably do an interview here on the ground in a second. But once that footage comes available, we'll send you right back there. But for now, we'll send you back to Charlie and the other 2 hunters with Travis and Chris.
I brought my fiance in here on the 7th. Yeah. And we only saw a few deer early in the morning off in the distance, saw a buck chasing. And then we had a little four-horn walk up on us, probably about 8. And then just whenever she was about ready to go, she's kind of new to hunt. She's never killed a deer, but she was wanting breakfast. It was like 8:25. I said, we'll sit till 9 and we'll get down. And that's when the buck that she shot walked in at 8:30. He come right down the railroad bed, and she shot him right down here at 10 yards. And I'm sure, as you guys all know, shooting at your first deer, you know, it's pretty nervous. Shooting at any deer, you get nervous, especially a new hunter. And she just didn't hold quite low enough, and she shot him above the spine, and obviously couldn't get a dog on him. I thought maybe there's a chance she cut that artery up there, and didn't see any blood right off the bat, so that wasn't a good sign. Got down about 9, checked for blood in the shot where he was shot, nothing. So we backed out. Well, the direction he ran, I figured he would go on to a neighboring property, so I was going to go start asking permission to track him, because I knew we'd end up on other properties. And then I get a cell cam notification, and it's him. I'm looking, and it says railroad bed, but I don't have a camera on this railroad bed right here. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, I've got a camera. I've got a property about 2 miles north of here that's got a camera on it. That he was on that camera. Still the arrow hanging out of him 2 miles north of the shot when he ran south just an hour and a half later. So, and these deer out here just go miles. He went right back to doing what he was doing, chasing does. Jesus. Just searching. So literally at any minute we could have one roll through here. I mean, these deer just, when they're on their feet on a day like today, you never know what's going to come cruising through here. There's a lot of big deer in the area. This does seem a little bit like a down year out here, but I know there's a couple big ones out here in this area. There's a lot.
Me and Logan slept in this morning, and we've been kind of bouncing around so far this week, waiting on this cold front to hit. They were on their feet this morning, and I haven't had a lot of confidence in this area. We just haven't had a lot of trail cam pictures of big bucks consistently over the last couple of years. And but we knew this guy was in here. Got several pictures of him. I think the last picture I got of him was in late October, and we knew he was a good one. I knew it, the one I'd shoot. But he came in on a string this morning, 20 yards right in front of me, and I had some issues with the camera, just self-filming. Self-filming's real tough. And I wasn't sure on the shot, but he ended up running like 80 yards and died pretty quick. So we've got some pictures and video to get, and we're gonna get him out of here. But this is my biggest bow buck to date, so it feels good to be sitting behind this one.
We were able to dig up Austin's second angle camera here, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of a replay and show you what it looked like from another angle before we get him off of this stream here. We've got a few more minutes left, so this will be a good way to wrap it up for Austin, and we'll go ahead and dive right into this footage. And this really does a good job of showing how hard it is to self-film. You can see this deer coming in perfectly, but he's coming in at a little too fast of a speed for somebody that's filming, and he's headed straight at the stand. So it's tough in that position. I mean, what do? Do you grab your bow? Do you put your release on your string yet? Or do you get that camera in the spot that it needs to be? And there's a super fine line here, and I think he did a pretty good job at first, but then maybe a little bit of panic set in, which, I mean, who can blame him? This is a big buck, and it's very easy to screw up these situations. But you can see he's kind of fumbling around his camera just a little bit, and then this here with the bow is, I still cannot believe that this didn't affect the hunt at all. It seemed like the deer did not hear it. It really could have been what busted it, but he was able to recover from it, get the angle that he needed as far as zoomed out, and still able to get that deer in the viewfinder of the camera there. So it all worked out in the end, but he got really lucky there for a moment. But that's part of the art of self-filming. I mean, there's nothing easy about it, and anybody that's ever tried it knows exactly what I'm talking about. So it looks like Austin and Logan got that buck loaded up, and they are headed out. You'll be able to catch this full hunt here on YouTube. We'll have a separate video for it coming soon. But for now, we're going to jump back into Charlie, and it looks like he's finally got this buck to stand up.
Back. Come on. This way. God, don't you go backwards. Going back into the wind. He never heard it, did he?
And it's looking like we've just lost connection there again. We'll try to sit tight here. Hopefully it comes back. I think the other guys looks like they've gotten out of the stand and are done. But you could see that deer got up and actually turned around, and you could hear Charlie saying that he was going the wrong direction. And I think what he meant by that was that earlier there was a young buck in there, and he had came across, you could see a trail that comes and leads right up in front of him, in front of the stand there. And the direction that this deer bedded down, it looked like he was going to do the same thing. But once he got up, he ended up turning back around into the wind, and it looked like he traveled probably 50-60 yards up there maybe, and maybe he's hung up right now. It's hard to tell. I don't think you can get much done because it's as far as a call or getting his attention, because it's so windy. But we'll see what he tries to do here. And here's the connection back, and he's got his antlers, so let's see. I guess he's going to try to rattle and see if this thing turns around on him.
What's he done?
And once again, it looks like we've lost connection, unfortunately. This might be a good time to go ahead and throw in another break. So we'll be back in about 3 more minutes here, and hopefully by that time we've either got a replay of what's happened or another live feed coming at you. But sit tight here, and hopefully we'll be back to you real quick with this footage of Charlie, and maybe get another buck on the ground here.
Hey, John, what made you think his deer were over there again?
Hey, just hold it straight up.
I mean,
every day with a bow and arrow, you get out there in the thick of the thing, you know where the deer are.
All right, so this just happened moments ago. Of course, we lost connection. We had a small buck coming into Charlie here. It looks like he got in between him and the big one they were rattling at and actually beat them to the tree. And there's not real good footage here, unfortunately, because of the leaves in the way on this bushy tree in front of them. And for whatever reason, the deer busted. They back off and blow and just take off running. I guess the wind might have got them. I'm not sure. What a disheartening feeling though for Charlie. I mean, they sat and watched this buck all morning, and finally stands up, heads the other direction, and they get a desperation rattle in. And
Just the wind shift.
like we watched in the flashback video earlier with Charlie hunting, the buck turned a complete circle and come running into him, and I mean it looked like a dream come true. And
Wind shift.
unfortunately for him, the wind swirled and in that drain that they're hunting in, and it just didn't happen.
He's right there. This little one was the little one was on the back side of the tree. I don't know. I guess the wind shifted. It had to. That big one wouldn't have ran like he did. Would he? I don't know. Gosh dang. I got the shakes now. Son. Now he's left. I guess I don't know. He had to got a whiff, didn't he? That wind did swirl a little bit right there. God, the little one was leading him right in. Ah, wow. Got an adrenaline rush now, man. Good night. Wait that long and that happened. I wish I'd tried rattling when he was right there. Down there, he may have just come right on in like he was supposed to. Damn, man, that deer's big. He's still big. He got bigger as he got closer, didn't he? Let's get out of here. He's definitely spooked right now. He had to smell us because he blew like that. He wouldn't have blew unless he smelled it. I mean, he couldn't have seen us. He's behind the tree. That little guy was right there. He didn't even hesitate to get out of there, did he? That big one, he took off. Wow, goodness. Man, I don't know, I can't even think straight now after that. That just freaks you out. Rattled him up at high noon, basically. I don't know if we can get out here quietly. I guess maybe go like that way. That son of a gun, tell you what, he didn't hesitate. Whatever they got a whiff of, he did not. I mean, he was gone. Man, rattling in. What time is it? 1? 12? Huh? 12 o'clock, high noon. It's definitely the 12 pointer. He's a 10 this year. We've been waiting on this to happen. There it is.
Crazy hunt.
I've
never been on one that was that crazy, really.
It was. I've watched this deer sleep for 4 hours, ain't we? He slept for 4 hours. Gets up, goes away. That desperation, rattle the antlers, and here they come. Brought the little buck in, actually, and I think he was going to come after the little one. But look at the beeline. He was bedded right. He was bedded up here and there, and then he was going that way. The little buck rattled right in. He was right here. The little one was just standing behind the tree, and the big one was right. He just busted out of the brush right there. Man.
What a tough way to end it, but overall it was a great live stream. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please, please, please subscribe if you get the opportunity. And we will be coming back at you, hopefully for shotgun season with a few more streams. Until then, I hope everybody has some good hunting ahead of them. And we will see you next time.